Hey, Real and Rough family. Welcome to 2022. Lord, we have made it over, right?
Yeah. Yes, we're here.
Yes. Hey, everyone. I just want to acknowledge first and foremost that our amazing co-host, my beautiful sister, amazing co-host and partner in crime, my business partner, Von Greta, is not physically present on the screen with us on today due to being ill and not fully recovered in order to be present on this particular episode. So we have been trying to get her in a position to where she can rest and heal and be able to recover. So there's a whole lot of things we would have done that you all are used to that was not done. However, we didn't want to not appear on this evening, so I will be running this episode incognito by myself tonight. And I have an amazing co-host with me on this evening, Mr. Slappy Payne.
In
The
the building. Listen, I have been removed from Stedman's house into Oprah's house. I done went from the outhouse to the in-house. Hey, Shabba Ranks, Jesus. I'm
Hey,
moving up. I'm moving up, people. I'm moving up here on the real and raw. Y'all better watch it. Y'all better watch
to
it.
the east side. Hey, Jolene. So, yes, y'all definitely chime in. We want to hear your comments. We want to know how you all are doing, how your holiday has gone. Shout out to Vaughn if you want to. Definitely send her some love. We would love to have the acknowledgments posted on the screen so she can feel the love in the place. I'm only half of what this episode and what this show and what this platform is all about. So, I would never, ever want to exclude her from the conversation. However, her health and well being is very important, and it is critical that she is responsible for her health, her wellness, and the same thing we would want for you is the same thing that we're asking Vaughn to do for herself, and she's taking the responsibility of doing just that. So, with all that being said, okay, so we're gonna talk about an array of things, y'all. We want y'all to definitely share
Yeah.
this.
Hit that like button.
Share,
Like it.
like, post, all of that streaming. So 2021 is now over. It's in our past, and it is very pleasing to know that the past 2 years that we have experienced and endured, we're not taking it forward with us into this year of 2022. We are going to love our lives. We are going to expand our minds, our visions, our purposes, and our positions. And that is what we're going to do moving forward. That's what we're here to talk about today and a lot of other things. So, Slap, how was your
There you
New
go.
Year's?
Well, it was, it's the same as been the last couple, but since the pandemia and now they got this new Omarion variants, Megatron variants, whatever you call it.
Y'all know Slappy gonna rename anything,
They
right?
got that variants going on, and so I try to be safe for New Year's. Plus, there are a lot of crazy folks out there at New Year's Day, so I like to avoid them. But I was blessed to be able to come from 21 into 22. So I didn't do much. I just kind of chilled and stayed safe, and that's the best way to go at these times, for real.
Okay, I am not mad. Well, you know what, Slappy, I did something
Uh
that is
oh.
completely unusual outside of my square box. And I was invited to a New Year's Eve party at someone's home, a client of mine at their
Oh
home. And
my.
I was like, wow,
Uh
this is
oh.
off the chain. And my son and I went. We had an amazing time. It was a mixed group of people that was there. It was a safe environment because they made sure that everyone took care of, being vaccinated and making sure that we wore our mask, and then for family members or whomever that was there may or may not have worn their mask or whatever. But we took pictures, we had a great time. They had fireworks out, they had a live band, we were in the backyard.
Oh
And
man.
it was like really, really cool. So drinks, and they had a pig there. It reminded me of when I was in Hawaii. The
Uh,
roasted
uh,
pig.
oh,
We
the
had the
roasted
whole
pig. I was like, really? What was the pig doing? I'm thinking it was
he
a
was on
live
the
pig.
table. He had been ate up.
Okay,
I
got
ate
it, got
a
it.
good piece of that one, but I was like, I don't know. It's been a minute, but yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I was
most people
like,
don't eat roasted pig here in America, unless you're in Hawaii,
now,
somewhere on the island. So that was cool. Was it a
right,
big
but
crowd?
it was a nice crowd. It was probably maybe 20, 30 people there, maybe.
Was it
So
mixed?
it was mixed. It was mixed.
Okay.
It was more on the, and I don't want to be disrespectful by saying the wrong nationality, but it was like more of an Asian mixture of
Got it.
people.
Got it.
Um, I
Because
was a
black
color.
folks don't do roasted pig, so I
I
knew
was. I was.
they
I was.
weren't hosting the event.
I was a color in the room. However, I blended in because I was dancing and getting down just like everybody else. But we had all kinds of 70s and 80s music, and we had everything. I just had a great, great, great time. And so
What
that was,
What's funny about that is that you said you were colored in the room,
I was
as
a color.
light as you are. So it wasn't many uses.
I, I was,
If you were the representation of the colored folks in the place,
yeah,
because you
I was
white
the
women.
color in the room. I was the color in the room. But I had a good time. You would not have
Yeah.
known the difference. You would have thought I was part of the family. So
They try to figure out what side of family you from. Who daughter is that? Who
but we
daughter is
was
that?
all getting down. We was breaking loose. We had a great time. Took pictures, everything. It was just like really, really, really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
it was a good way to bring us into a new year because we wasn't at home. And I normally go to church every New Year's Eve. I'm always
Yeah,
in church and bringing the new year in the house of the Lord, right?
yeah,
But on this year they had an activity on Zoom, so of course, we didn't go there. Only the pastors went to the actual building.
got it.
But this was something that was different, and I say, you know what, Lord, I'm going to step out and not just step out on faith, but step out physically, and take myself into the year newly and differently. Because we get stuck in our ways and we get stuck in the cycles of what we do in life, we don't
Yeah,
allow ourselves to expand. We don't allow ourselves to grow. We
yeah,
don't allow ourselves to get exposure, and we can't see and experience transformation or possibility, because if you never allow yourself to think or see outside beyond what is possible in your own head, then that's where you will stay,
yeah.
right?
That's true. That
That's
is
where you.
true.
So this was an experience for me to really take myself into 2022 newly, and as a result, so many other things that God have been bringing forth, I have been sitting back and saying, okay, God, I see this. What would you like for me to do with it? And he asked me, what do you mean? What would I like for you to do with it? I'm presenting it to you. So you need to take some actions, right? So
God's so sassy. He always giving you sass.
I know he got all kinds of jokes.
He
And
ain't
I'm
asked you for your sass, Jesus.
I was sitting there talking about, Lord, but what you want me to do with that? He was like,
Yeah.
you be asking for stuff and I be bringing stuff to you, but then you just sit there be talking about, well, what I'm supposed to do with it. What do you mean? Why are you asking me this ignorant question? Girl, get your behind up and do something with it. Do what you're
Oh
supposed to do.
Lord.
So I'm like, God got to get real with me, right? That's
He'll
why,
do it.
why
He
he
will
created
do
real and raw.
it. Yeah, me and God be going at it all the time, back and forth, back and forth.
Right?
Like,
So,
I tell him I
um,
ain't scared of him, but I am. But
absolutely. Perry is saying something. I'm trying to see what he's saying. Sometimes you have to allow yourself to get away from what's familiar and try something new. That
shout
is
out to Claire. Shout out.
absolutely right. Thank you, Perry, because when we get stuck in our ways, we get complacent. And Slappy, feel free to jump in this conversation
Okay.
because I know that you can relate to that because anybody can. We're human beings, and we can all sit back and allow life to happen, right?
Yeah.
And we get comfortable. We get comfortable in our space and in our stuff to where if something new presents itself and opportunities show up, we get uncomfortable to the point that we want to say, no, I don't think I'm capable of doing that. I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think that's for me. I'm not good enough for that. That used to be my crutch. I'm not good enough. And that was a lie straight from the pit of hell,
It is.
you know, because why would I have that view and opinion? That's
I think a lot of times people are so scared to try new stuff, and like you said, being uncomfortable. We have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you get to that point, then you'll go out and try things. Because here's the thing, you never can move if you never move.
you better tell look
So if
a
you
whole
don't
word
move,
and a word.
yeah, if you don't move, you're not going to move, and you're going to stay right where you are. And here's the funny but yet frightening part about it, and the blessing at all one time.
Hmm.
If you do not move and God has some place for you to move, he will move you.
You ain't lying.
And if you have not prepared yourself for this move, that uncomfortable that you were trying to avoid is even more uncomfortable because it came out of nowhere.
Look, it can turn into a whole storm. And when I say storm, I'm talking about a hurricane, tornado, earthquake, hell driven it all at the same damn time.
And then
Because
if you
you
move,
wasn't listening and you wasn't
yep,
being obedient, and he
and
been
God be
trying
like,
to prepare
okay,
you, warn you, get your butt up and move,
okay.
get somewhere. But you was like, oh well, no. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
he'd be
myself.
like, keep sitting
Oh
down, keep sitting down.
well, no. And somebody then told me in my past, people still do that. You know, people be jumping on your bandwagon, but I tell you, if they ain't lifting you up and pushing you beyond where you are, and they telling you you ain't good enough, they ain't supporting you, they not building you up, they breaking you down. And then they're not encouraging you, and when you come at them with something, and an idea, and a hope, and a desire, a vision, and a dream, and then that you start hearing them naysayers, or I don't think that you can do that, or you know what, that might be too much. See, that's when you have to back it on up.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to reverse, like for real. You gotta look and see what you surrounded yourself with. You gotta see who you surrounded yourself with,
exactly.
because everybody ain't for you. And that could be family, that could be your closest friend, that could be your sibling, that could be your worst enemy. And sometimes your enemy can turn around and be the one that's supporting you and moving you to where you need to be.
Yeah. And it's got to be the right move. Because for those of y'all out there who play dominoes, I don't know how many domino players we have in the building. For
Right?
those who
You
play dominoes, some of the
toe
best
up.
domino, hey, listen, some of the best domino players, they don't score right off the bat. They don't score 15, 20, the fever and the phone calls, both the house. They don't do that right off the bat. They set up the big score with just a regular play. And a lot of times people look at it as they look in their hands and they looking for the money. They're looking for the money. Well, if I can't score, then I'm looking for the money. And then on the back end, they're like, if I can't score, I'm gonna stop somebody else from scoring. When you can start
Mhm.
setting yourself up for the big play. And the bottom line is that's how God works sometimes. He will move you. And it might not be the big move yet, but it's a
Right.
little move that sets up the big move. And if you just wait and be patient, that move will come. I remember when I had the audition for Empire.
Which
Now,
empire?
Empire Taraji P
Taraji?
Henson.
Uh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Why
I
you
had
ain't
audition.
call me? I would have
It
been
was
there.
it was it was some years ago, but I had the audition and I tried to put it off, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna go. And I kept getting the email from the people, and then I was like, okay, well, let me email them back and see what this is about. I thought it was a scam because I'm trying to avoid it. And then I
Mhm.
talked with the lady, and the lady set it up, and she said, now when you go down there, you're gonna meet with some execs. Now they're not the top ones, they're not the big ones, but they're the little ones that's going to set you up to get that information to the big ones. but it's
Okay.
an audition. And they said, well, you gotta supply your own transportation. Whoop de whoop, you got to get down there your own way. I will supply the audition opportunity for you, but you have to get down. So at
Okay.
that point, I was frightened. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go because I was like, I've never been to Chicago. I hate flying, so I didn't want to fly down to a place I ain't never been. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so at the time, I just realized that I needed to do it. And then somebody on my behalf started a GoFundMe. I didn't ask them to do it.
Mm.
They started it on my behalf, and people started to give money so that I could have the funds to make that trip.
Wow.
So then
Yeah.
at that point, I was like, okay, well, people are moving me. They telling me, go, move,
Yeah.
do it. And so I went, and I was like, I'm not going to do all this driving to Chicago. A friend of mine who I've done many plays with, she came to me and she said, I will drive. I love driving. I don't want you to miss out on this point. And plus, I've never been to Chicago anyway.
Look
I
at
was like,
God.
okay. And, I worked at Avis. So, it was easy for me to get a rental car for a cheap deal. You know what I'm saying? So we got in a Prius, mind you.
Oh
Prius.
Lord.
And those of y'all who don't know a Prius, we talking about 53 miles to the gallon. I just want to let y'all know that. So before you start giggling, saying, oh, Slappy riding in a Prius, 53 miles to 55 miles a gallon. Just remember that.
Oh good.
Remember that. I ain't
She
cheap,
just
but I'm
gotta send
smart.
us some money.
Look, I'm not cheap, but I'm smart. So we got in this thing and rode all the way down to Chicago. And here's the funny part about it, kid. When we got down there, it was so many Priuses down there. Cab drivers were riding in Priuses. Prius. I said, "What Prius made in Chicago? What
What?
is going on?" We got down there and it started out. And this is how the devil will do. You go down there on a blessing from God, right?
All right. Yeah.
Well, the devil gonna try to do his thing. We
Okay.
got down there, and the hotel that we had set was canceled because they overbooked.
Oh wow.
So we got down to Chicago at about 2 o'clock in the morning
Oh wow.
with nowhere to go.
Okay.
We drove around for hotels and hotels, drove around, didn't have none. I finally found one. It was expensive, but it was smack dab in the middle of downtown Chicago, and it was about 3 blocks away from the building I had to go to audition. So I said,
Okay.
okay. I talked to the lady. She said, well, it won't be ready to in the morning. So I was like, okay, I got this friend here. I got to look after her. I don't know what to do. So we drove around, couldn't find nothing. So finally, we found a McDonald's. It was lit up. It was in a public area. It was lit up. And I went and talked to the manager. I said, look, this is what's happening. Whoop de whoop. We're gonna have to, I want her to rest and sleep and such and such. And he was like, don't worry about it. I'll send workers out there to check on y'all periodically. Y'all just go in there, relax. We got
Okay.
but we went down there and we went to sleep. And the next morning I woke up, got a call from the hotel. They said, your room is ready. We went in there, got to the hotel that morning with a very nice hotel. It was good. We spent 5 days down there. I walked to the audition because it was, I'm downtown Chicago, city I've never been. I ain't finna
Right.
ride in the car. I rode in the car all the way here.
You rode in that Prius, baby.
But man, look, we was in that Prius getting it. Getting it. So I went down, I walked on over. It was on North Clark Street, and it was the actual building that holds Empire in the show. So the building that is supposed to be the record label company Empire in the
Yeah.
show, it was at that building off North Clark in Chicago. For those who've
Wow.
been to Chicago, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's North Clark. So I went in, and at first the security guard she didn't see me, and then she made a call, and they was like, "Yep, send them up." I had a tape of my own original music. I had characters ready to audition. I even had a storyline that I had written for me on Empire. I wrote my
Oh
own
Lord.
storyline. You ain't even got to write it in the script. I got one for you. And I went up there and I did my thing and they enjoyed it. And the guy told me they recorded it. And the guy told me, he said, I don't know when this is going to get to the people that needs to get to. I don't know when. I don't know who. I don't know how. I don't know what. He said, but I will tell you from mine, I thoroughly enjoyed you. and you will get a ringing endorsement from me.
Aww.
So from that point, we went up there, and then we came back, drove back, came back. Money was exhausted. We were gone, and I had a little struggle trying to get back on top when I got back here. But one thing that I did not do, I said all that to say, is one thing that I didn't do. I didn't regret moving.
Mm.
And even though they've not called me yet, even though the show's gone, but whoever does the show may do another show. And they be
Right.
like, we remember this guy. He would be perfect for this.
Right.
And so that's what the lady, she would call me periodically after the audition and say, don't be impatient. Your time is going to come. You never know when. It may not be with Empire. It may be with somewhere else. They got connections with this people, with Disney and all that. You never know. But I said, it don't matter what may happen. I'm excited that I took the chance. I moved. And in the process, I got to see a city I've never seen. I get to ride in the Prius. It was good times, good times.
3 miles to the gallon.
53 to 55 miles a gallon. Go get your Prius, people. Go get your Prius.
Look, Slappy, I can appreciate, and I'm sure we can all appreciate you sharing that experience, because that's not an unfamiliar experience that people, will go through.
Yeah.
Some people just won't move, though.
At
And
all.
some people won't move in that season because they're not ready. But God might have said, you ready. I just need you to move. But that person, for whatever reason, because we're human beings and we're so flawed, right? And we carry so much baggage with us from past experiences, hurts and pains, and what people told us and fed into us. They were all lies. All lies. And we have to break down those lies and remove those layers of onion skin that's foul, right?
Yeah.
That we have allowed to be put upon us until we can break out of that, until we can get free from that. And then we can start to acknowledge ourselves for who we truly are, do some self affirmations on a regular, and be able to step out and do what we need to do to be empowered, okay, to take that next step or that first step. So, this is our show, as y'all know, is no boundaries and no judgment. So when we talking about experiences and life situations and moments, we're not just talking about from somebody else's perspective. We're talking about from our own personal perspectives, because I didn't get here and God didn't start opening up more doors and opportunities for me just because I wasn't moving. I was moving. There's a season and a time for everything. And sometimes we move at a slower pace. And sometimes we just have to keep moving that junk up off of us, and removing those layers off of us in order for us to get to where God is trying to get us to be. And there's no regrets.
Yeah.
There's only experiences, there are lessons, and there's transformation. And we are going to get ready to do. I can't even type right now, but slap. Well, Perry, we really appreciate that. He said, this is a wonderful episode. Love the show. I will start watching more. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And
shout out to Perry.
Yes. And, definitely, when you have opportunity to go back and watch some of the other episodes, this is our episode number 25, I believe, 25, 26, something like that up in there. Yeah. So we already made it a year, and we're past our year. So we're definitely looking forward to this continuing on. And that way you all have an opportunity to see Von Greta on some of the episodes as well. This is episode 26. My sister's so awesome. She in the chat talking about 26. So, we really like that. We so live. So
Perry, usually there are two beautiful women on this show, not this scraggly looking guy here. There's two beautiful women's on this show.
You hold us down. Slappy be on our after the show after party, but he is so gracious that he allows himself to be utilized as a tool and a vessel as we need to. He's so willing. He has a willing heart and a willing spirit, and so you have to be humble and thankful when God presents people to you in your space who's willing to step up and step in at any moment. So I wanted to segue, sis, if you can pull Slappy Payne and I out of here for just a moment and slap, or maybe I'm just gonna be leaving the room, or maybe Slappy face is gonna be highlighted on the screen. I don't know how she gonna do it, but we we want to give Slappy Payne an opportunity to give us this New Year's spit that he got to throw out here. You know, he got a piece for us, y'all. So go ahead, Slappy, make it real and raw, baby.
Okay. So, the New Year's is coming in and everybody wants to give their New Year's resolutions. So I had 3 New Year's resolutions that I would like to give. Now I have more. Now, if we have time or another time, I give a couple more. But these first 3 are important, and I need y'all to understand that my New Year's resolution for 2022, number 1, I plan to eat more fruit snacks. I'm eating more fruit snacks because, first of all, fruit snacks are delicious. If none of you have ever had a fruit snack in your life, you are missing out. I need for you to get fruit snacks. So that is resolution number 1. I'm eating more fruit snacks. Okay. Resolution number 2. Even though I am teddy bearlicious, okay, I said that I'm gonna have to work out other people's problems because I'm not going to a gym to work out doing nothing because people sweat and we got the Megatron variants out there. And so I want to make sure that I stay firmly in my house and not be messed around. So I'm not going to gym. So I'm going to work out other people's problems. So if you got problems, feel free to hit Slappy Payne up. He will hit you. And number 3, I promise y'all that when I see Von Greta, I will not stare at her buttocks. I promise you. For long. I'm going to stare at it, but I won't stare at it for long. For those of y'all who know, Von Greta from the back look like an upside down question mark. If you've never seen an upside down question mark, go grab a pen and some paper and draw one. That is Von Greta from the back. I'm telling you, I call her gumbo now because that's what can fit on that thing of beauty is a pot of gumbo, okay? So I promise I won't stare at Von for long. I'm going to stare, but I won't stare at it for long. And I might do the side eye so I won't just be staring directly at it because it might be like Medusa. If you stare at it too long, you may turn to stone. So I'm just saying, those are 3 of my New Year's resolutions.
I am lost.
Shout out to me. 2022. 2022. Yes. I got some more. Y'all might hear them later on in the show. But those are 3 of them right there.
I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I have no clear direction in my life right now. Oh wow. Okay. Woo! Speaking of New Year's resolutions, what we will not do is pretend like we're gonna work out every day.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Well, that's what we are not going to do. Because people, I don't make New Year's resolutions to say I'm gonna work out from here to there. Because I got to be honest with myself, and that is something that I would love for us to begin to do. Be honest with ourselves. Like, tell the truth about what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do. Like,
the only crunch I'm gonna do is Nestle. I just want to let y'all know that. And when I sit up, I'm sitting up to get out of bed. That's why I'm sitting up. I'm doing, and I might not do no push-ups, but I might do some push-aways from the table. There's a difference. There's a difference.
There is a huge difference, right?
If you do enough push-aways from the table, you may not need to work out as much. I'm just saying.
Right?
We understand food is delicious.
Just bring them knees a little bit higher. That's all I'm saying. So it's important. We definitely want you to take care of your health and well-being. That's without a doubt. But I'm just saying, just be more realistic about your goals and aspirations and those New Year's resolutions that we
Mm-hmm.
call ourselves doing. Make it significant. Put down something that you are really going to let it be a why attached to it,
Yeah.
to where you can really stand on it, take it seriously, and fight your way through it, push your way through it. I have some business ventures that I'm working on, and some things that I am intentional about. I am moving forward on. And there is nothing more important to me at this point in time in my life than moving forward with social integration and at the appointed time. Real and raw, I'm keeping it right there running neck and neck, because it is a part of what is important. And it's not just about me, and it's not just about my son, it's about the world, and it's about people, and it's about making a difference in connecting and intertwining human beings, and
Yeah.
having people connect and establish real relationships. So, who is it? Really Raw Talk Show, Bonnie Annie 2022, Jonathan M. Davis, greeting and salutations from Paris, France. All right, Paris,
Yeah.
France.
Well, shout out Bono me with the toast that strudel. I don't know.
What we hear, Paris, France. Praise the Lord. Well, thank you for joining us, Jonathan. Y'all, we trying to hit four corners, all four corners. That's one of Von's aspirations, to make sure we hit all four corners. And it's important that we have a why in front of us that is tangible enough, not something necessarily you can put your hand on, but you can refer back to it. You can reflect back to it. So
Yeah.
therefore, when you start to feel yourself getting tired, exhausted, weak, when you don't have that cheerleader on the side, or that team that's pushing you on, you know what I'm saying? Then you can go back and pull and reach within yourself and say, wow, this is why. Okay.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
can give you that unction to say, okay, it's okay to pause for a moment, to kind of
Yeah.
gather yourself and regroup, but it's not okay to just stop,
To just stop.
because there's
No.
something that can be done every single day. There could be small, little bitty things, a phone call, an acknowledgement, an affirmation, picking up a pen, writing something down, and then picking that pen back up or stepping back into that on the next day, because we all have to rest. We all have to take our health and well being seriously. Omicron is real, Delta is real.
So is Omega, AKA, and
I didn't pronounce something wrong. Right. So
yeah.
my
So it's
bad.
Delta. Delta is real, AKAs,
I'm
Sigma
real.
Gamma Rose. Yeah. All of them are real. All of them are real. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
Watch
what,
it.
y'all? I have to be ready for Slappy, because I don't even be ready. And with that being said, I definitely want to bring up the fact that I was presented with an opportunity to speak this coming Saturday at an event. And I'm going to have Von pull that information up and share the screen for a moment so we can talk about it, because I'm so excited about it. It's a free event. It's here in Houston, Texas, off of Chimney Rock, and all the information is on the flyers on our Facebook page for the Real and Raw. It's also on my personal page, and I am a guest speaker. It's a take off conference and networking event this Saturday, January 8th, 2022, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And my topic is protecting your purpose and pursue the plan. Um, and the conference is going to be talking about marketing, confidence, self confidence, stock speaking, no stock trading, public speaking, becoming an author, leveling up, time
Mm.
management, business credit, a whole lot of other things. And this is being presented by the Girl Boss Suites, 3303 Chimney Rock Road, number 650, Houston, Texas, 77056. There is a registration opportunity. The link is also on the page. Vaughn took it down, so I can't see it. There's a registration link on the page. There's it says, if you ever been to any of the events, that the experience terrace views of the city, 360 photo booth, the boutiques and food vendors as well. It's hosted by the owner, Nikki Nicole. And it says, ladies, it's time to get your business in position so you can take off in 2022. We'll be discussing all types of side hustles, including Airbnb, real estate, turbo credit, tax prep, and more.
Wow.
So, and I'm going to just shout out my business. Nakia Franklin is the owner of At the Appointed Time and Social Integration, both focused on diversity and inclusion by providing tools and resources to build lasting relationships and economic opportunities for those in need.
Free
So I'm
plug.
so excited about that. It's a free event. Definitely register today at thesidehustlequeens.com. So, you can, if you missed any of the information, it's on our pages, it's on Real and Raw pages, on my personal page, Instagram, all over the internet. But check us out, come out and visit us, and listen to what it is we got to say. The topic is protecting your purpose and pursue the plan. Thank you, sis. See, she's an amazing tech person, like for
That
real.
sounds like a professional commercial. Like literally, my show just came back on. My show just came back on. That was a whole professional commercial. My show just came back on. I'm
Well,
telling you.
we are back from that intermission. So,
Yes.
what are we going to talk about now? So, I want to know, what are some of your goals, if from our audience? Mr. Perry, Jonathan, Jeline,
From France.
right? And that might be
Baguettes, David Beckham,
it might be what I said wrong. She'll tell me later. But I
Yeah.
want to know what it is that, you guys are looking forward to, and anybody else that we don't see, because we have other platforms that are running as well. And Vaughn is doing all the stuff in the background so she can see stuff that we can't um, on the screen. So while some of you all may be typing in, let us know what it is that y'all are doing, what your aspirations are, what do you have looking, to look forward to here in 2022. We definitely want you to chime in. It's not just about me and Slappy Payne. It's not just about us. All right, look like Jeline, she got something going. She
Shout
said,
out to
my goal is to be like my brother Jonathan and go to Paris.
Jeline.
Hey, God can make that happen.
He can. And Jeline, if you go take your boy. Take your boy with you.
So what are you putting in place in order to make that happen? What's your first step? Because we want to see you make it there.
Yeah, I want to make it there with you.
Slappy say, you are not leaving me by myself.
Don't leave me behind. Bring me.
Woo!
If I carry the bags and stuff, don't trip.
We gonna get in a position to where we gonna do a show live from Paris.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yes, sir.
I'll be like Steve Urkel and Stefan when they went to Paris.
Don't be like Steve Urkel. I love me some Steve Urkel, but don't be like Steve Urkel.
Yeah, I don't know about them family matters. Come on, man.
What? Boy, shut your face.
You don't know about
family
that.
Matters. What you say?
Everywhere you look, I'm just saying. Come on, man.
Oh Lord. So let's see, Slappy, what else we need to talk about? What else we need to get real and raw with?
Well, Lord, there's a lot of things to get real and raw. Y'all know, in the pandemic, it was a lot of pandemic cheering being born.
That is a hot topic, baby. That is true. Wait, before we get to that, before we get to that, I want to listen to this next what Jeline has to say, and then I want to hear what Perry has to say, and then we're gonna talk about them pandemic babies, because I got somebody in my life that got a pandemic baby, and I'm like, ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, so, yeah, me too. Okay.
Jeline say, right now, I'm in school working on my doctorate of behavioral health. The real goal is to open a counseling center. Okay.
Nice.
Look, we need that. And where are you located, Jeline? Forgive me because I do not remember. But she been rocking with us since day one on the Real and Raw. Like for real, for real. Where are you located? Because it's all about networking near and far.
Right.
Memphis,
Wherever you are.
Tennessee. There you go. Von put that in there real quick. Memphis, Tennessee. So what is Perry doing? My goal, Perry Walker says, my goal is to finish writing my first science fiction novel by June 2022 and releasing it by December 2022. 21 chapters of pure action and mystery.
Nice.
I'm excited. All
Yeah,
right.
I need that. Make sure you put that audio book. And if you make a movie, your boy.
Your girl.
put it in your science fiction book. That's what I'm saying, you know.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
do some. It's all about action. Woo!
Y'all
Woo!
doing big things. Y'all talking about doctrines and counseling
Okay.
businesses and fiction novels.
Von Greta say he gonna cast his baby sis. And she say she ain't playing just because she ain't present on screen don't mean she ain't here. She said
she watching. She like God right now. She like, you don't see her, but she watching.
She ain't even playing. All right. So y'all, thank y'all for sharing that because it is so exciting to hear about what our audience members are doing. Oh, hold on, Jonathan got some.
Oh,
he finna to bring it down. He says, Jonathan M. Davis says, my goals are to share love towards myself and others. Boy, you better preach. Also pursuing my doctorate. Hey, all these educated African American
you ain't
people
lying.
in this house, right? Working more intentionally on my nonprofit organization. I feel you. That's where I'm going, right? Maintain my health and being true to myself, which includes accepting my flaws and giving myself grace as well. Boy, you all about the Real and Raw platform.
That's right, Jonathan. And make sure you eat more fruit.
Oh Lord.
Snacks. I'm telling you, it helps. They help.
This is what we advocate for. Exactly what you all are sharing with us. This is what we talk about. This is our intentions for this show. Health and well-being, being true to yourself, accepting who you are, flaws and all, giving yourself grace,
Yeah.
love, self-love, right? Yep. Boy, you are the epitome of what the Real and Raw Talk Show is all about. Thank you so very much for sharing. And Von got something, and Perry has some more information. Come on, drop it like it's hot, baby.
Let's get it like it's sizzling.
Up in here, right? Perry says, me and my wife's children are grown children, but we did some practicing during the pandemic. Hey, you trying to get to the babies?
Listen, I know them walkers, so I know. I know y'all.
Get it in, friend. Get it in, baby. We grown. We grown. I support procreation. Long as I ain't procreating. I'm
just know the Lord was smiling on y'all as well as y'all. He was smiling right along with y'all.
Nikia tell Slappy to celebrate and consummate.
Y'all better get it. Y'all better get it. Celebrate and consummate.
That's some fun, y'all.
And consummate our love. Y'all better get it.
Von, I need to see on the screen what you saying about your goals.
Me and Von wrote that song on the whim. We wrote that song on the fly. Right. Celebrate and consummate.
Right. And, I am looking to do more speaking engagements. I'm looking to working with some CEOs and partnering with some individuals. I'm looking to move the social integration platform forward. I'm open to talking to CEOs and human resources personnel, anybody who does training or hiring. I would love to have conversations with you all because you are the source of who I need to engage with while I'm working with the second chance community and members of society who are seeking opportunities that may or may not be degreed, may or may not have a felony background or some type of misdemeanor or negative history, but looking at the people beyond the resume. That is so important. Hey, Von, put that back up. I didn't get a chance to read it. That was too fast. Okay, because you had one goal. Okay, so hold on, sis. I want to say about the first goal you said, my goal is to be fearless and considering. Okay. And then Von says, my goal is to be whole in self-love. produced my comeback play starring Keisha and others. It is called the Dear Sis Experience, more soon, and really pursuing my nonprofit. Girl, that's what I'm saying. Above all, and then above all, taking this show to TV. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. We have to be held accountable for what we're putting into the atmosphere, right? We
Yeah.
create a safe space for us to share, for us to be really raw and have these real conversations and have no boundaries, right? And we can check back in with each other and be like, hey, how are you doing with working on your doctorate? How are you doing with working on your nonprofit? How are you doing with your self-care, your self-love? Oh, and I wasn't gonna forget. Vaughn is starting her ed. Why you do it like that? You know, like her big sister Jelene this summer. Her doctoral program, her
Okay.
educational doctoral program. She got a. I need you to break that down for me. Don't be making me have to think like that. The Doctorate of Educational
It's
Ethical
Monday.
Leadership. That's what I'm talking about. That is what Vaughn is going to be pursuing and is pursuing starting this semester, I believe. So y'all keep her lifted up in prayer. And everybody keep each other lifted up in prayer. Nikia, you are a damn Virgo bully old bossy ass. I love you too, girl.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right? We had to have a conversation. Wait, we supposed to get to these babies, but we had to have a conversation the other day because Vaughn was like, sis, I'm not your secretary. So can you quit talking to me and ask me to do stuff like I'm your secretary? Why do you
Oh,
do that?
Lord.
And I
Yeah.
was like, she said, LOL, I just spit all over my computer. Look, because I was like, well, sis, you're so quick with your hands when it comes down to pulling out your phone, getting people's phone number and information when we're talking about people. I'm not
Another
that
thing.
techie type of person, so I don't move as fast. But Vaughn be on it, like for real. So
Yeah, Vaughn
she
good with
was
her
like,
hands.
"But you be wanting me to send emails and be following up with people." And I'm like, "Well, sis, hold on. When I was doing all the emails and sending communication to the guests and following up with the guests, she said, "Dear baby Jesus, please give us more money so I can hire Nikia a personal assistant." Amen.
While you playing, I need one too. Shout out to anybody
Right.
who wants to.
But she
Don't
is
worry
for
about
real.
it. Come
She
on.
is for real because I didn't realize I was doing what I was doing. However, she said, and Slappy.
Thank
However,
you. Thank you.
I was intentionally asking her to email guests or prospects or however, because what she didn't realize is I was doing the email and I was following up. I was sending the guests all the information and asking them for everything that we needed, which is stuff that she needed from them as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, what she didn't realize was she was sending emails to the guests asking them for stuff. So she was telling them, I'm sending you an email and I need blah, 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 blah. Point blank, period. Bam, bam, bam. So I was like, well, there ain't no point in me sending emails if she's sending the emails because that's doing double work. And I'm backdooring and hitting them with all of this stuff. They're being inundated by repetition. Well, it didn't make sense to me. So I said, well, hell, I'm going to stop just sending the doggone stuff because it don't make sense. She said,
Right.
no. Nakia be like, Vaughn, I'm going to have you do this, that, this, that, this, that, and this, and this, and that, and this, and that. I be like, dude. Well, Vaughn, I apologize, sis. It was just you was doing everything that I was doing, and I was like, well, it ain't no sense in me doing the same thing that you doing. So I just stopped doing it, and I just
and,
started asking her, go ahead and just do it.
and when you good at doing what you do, people gonna want you to do more of what you do.
Hey, get her, Slappy. She's talking about, yes, your highness. Get her, Slappy. Get her. Vaughn be like, sis, I need you to do this. Yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. She
Vaughn,
asked
don't
me to do stuff just as much as I ask her to do stuff. And the thing about it is, and sis be like, I'll be like, okay, sis. My stuff, the way I come at Vaughn is different than the way Vaughn comes at me. And
Vaughn,
it's a
don't
beautiful
act like you
relationship.
ain't never done something and you
Hold on,
done it
she
so
talking about
well that
crickets.
they want you to do it again.
Right, she's talking about crickets. Yeah, I do get silent, but I do what you asked me to do. Period. But that's what we do. We love each other and it's a partnership and we support each other and we do what we gotta do. We
Oh,
keep it moving. So
me
wait.
and
Okay, so
you
we
will
gotta get to
never part, my
wait. We gotta
king
get to these.
Dada.
We gotta get
Oh,
to these babies. These
oh
big
yeah.
news babies. We got about 8 minutes left. She said, "When was the last time you sent a thank you for watching the show message? I told your little yellow ass behind dude." You know what? She put me on blast. Yeah. Hold on. Wait. No. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, ma'am. I have done it. I did it in December. I did it for Thanksgiving and I did it in December because I sent thank you cards and Christmas cards and Thanksgiving cards to everybody. She said, I didn't even type a dirty word. You stated, ma'am. You right. I had to
When
correct
she
myself.
felt it in her spirit.
I stay behind. I
She
sent
felt that's what you
Christmas
meant to say.
cards and I sent Thanksgiving cards and I sent New Year's cards to everyone. Girl, please quit lying. She said, because everybody know Von Greta don't cuss.
That's
On
another
that
New
note,
Year's resolution that
Greta, get
Vaughn got
quiet.
to do. Stop lying.
Okay. Didn't we say stop lying? We're gonna be real.
Stop wasting sins. How many of y'all know lying is a waste of a sin? I'm just telling you. If you're gonna sin, you might as well get it in.
Thank you, Jelene. She said I get thank you cards from the kids. Thank you, Jelene. I appreciate that.
Wait a minute, Jelene.
Woo!
Wait a minute, Jelene. You coming between sisters now. You
No,
don't want
for
none of that
real, for
smoke.
real. She
You don't
telling
want
the
none of that
truth.
smoke. I'm telling you.
Jonathan say this is real and raw talk right here, y'all. Jonathan, send me your email address, baby, and I'm gonna get you some thank you cards also. Cause I send it to everybody. I would send just because thank you cards to let people know that we appreciate them and their support.
I will say
So
she's
wait,
never sent me a thank you card, but I digress.
I send you thank you cards all the time. You better check your email, honey, and your phone.
Oh, the ones with the pictures, those are well, yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I get
The kid
those.
tell Slappy Jolene will call me and sit me down way from Memphis to check me. Yes, she will.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry, Jelene. Well, then, let me rephrase that, Jelene. I don't want the smoke. Let me just back up real quick.
wait
I
a
don't
minute.
want none.
Okay, so look, we running out of time, but we got to talk about these pandemic babies.
Listen. It was a lot of pandemic cheering. I had a homegirl. I had a child in the pandemic, and I think she got another one on the way.
Oh,
She
my
had
Lord.
her first two
You're
during the
welcome,
pandemic.
Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan said he gets them also. Okay, so I know someone who has a pandemic baby, and she is about 5 months old now, and just a
Ooh.
lovable little princess. And I know some other people who just had a baby on Sunday. And then I have another friend who has a baby coming in. I believe that her baby is due in February. And I am so excited because we have the baby shower coming up soon. And it was just like, wow! I hadn't seen it
Listen,
in a minute.
if you're going to be locked and shut in together, you might as well get it in. You're going to be locked and shut in, you might as well get it in.
Amen.
But let me tell you the difference. There's a difference. You got
Yes, sir.
consummation. Consummation is between married people. Okay.
Right.
Because if you ain't married, it's just called hitting it. And nobody wants to be called hitting it. You don't want to say you was hitting it during the pandemic. It don't sound as romantic. You don't light no candles for that. You don't play no soft music. Well, silk is not soft music. You don't play no soft music for it. But when you're married, it's consummate. Consummate, hitting it. Which one of y'all? Which one?
Well, mine is called abstinence. So Von
You
said,
sell you sell a bit. You sell a
I'm
bit.
celibate, and I'm
Really? How
all,
much? How
huh?
much? How
All
much?
the way.
No, you said you sell a bit. I'm asking how much do you
Shut your
sell a
face.
bit for?
I- God damn it. Nikia, tell Slappy I need to be locked and shut in, Von Greta said. Celibate
Von Greta,
constantly.
the kid says she sell a bit. Now I'm trying to ask
No,
her what
I
her
ain't selling a
price
bit of nothing. I'm abstinent. Let me utilize a different word. See, I should have stayed on the word I had because I should have known that Slappy behind was gonna come at me with some craziness, some shenanigans and foolishness. How Nikia, how you gonna let Slappy get you again? I know I fall for the okie doke with the okay, here we go. We gonna get some
is.
sponsorships,
Today,
y'all,
today's future sponsor is Gatorade.
because we need that
Because
energy.
after you done all you can during the pandemic, you need some electrolytes.
Electrolyte.
Electrolytes. Come on now. Get your hydration on. Get your hydration on.
Lord have mercy. Hey, we have like about 5 minutes left. I want to slap shut your face, Lakia. Talking about Lakia. Hey, Slappy, I want you to
Hashtag
give us
Lakia.
I want you to give us another New Year's resolution.
I got you. I got you. Okay. So, other New Year's resolution. Okay. Don't
Hashtag
have in 2022, we will not have chips on our shoulder. Okay.
okay.
We'll have them in our bag while we eating them. All kind of chips, Ruffles, Lays, all that. If they're on your shoulder, knock them off because you know people got roaches, and you don't want roaches in 2022. Okay,
Oh, that's just nasty.
that's just nasty. Don't nobody want no roaches. You eat the chips. Eat the
Keep your
chips.
chips
Okay,
in the damn bag because we
eat
don't
your
need
chips.
no roaches on the shoulders.
Now,
Slap them out.
one of my biggest resolutions for 2022 is y'all see them two beautiful things on the kid's face called lips. I'm I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm getting them. And I'm resolving that in 2022. Okay. So if y'all want to help me out, hashtag get them. Hashtag get them. That's what you put in there. Hashtag get them. I'm getting them. I'm not going to stay at Vaughn for too long, and I'm getting them lips. I just want to let y'all know. Okay. And stop, last one, stop lying. Y'all stop lying for your New Year's resolution. Okay. Because it's a waste of a sin. If you're going to sin, you might as well get it in. You might as well just go ahead and kill, steal, destroy, and fornicate. If you're going to waste the sin, because a lie don't do nothing for you, but it still is equal as them other sins.
Yeah,
So
that's
stop wasting sins in 2022. Okay.
hashtag get them. Come on now, Jonathan.
There you go. Hashtag.
Look, the lady say eat the chips anime.
There it is. Eat them
so
chips off your shoulder. Don't put them on your shoulder. Put them in
so
your mouth.
with that being said, this has been an amazing show. This has been something totally unorthodox. We missed our sister. She was here in
We do.
on live on the screen, in the chat box. We really appreciate you, Vaughn, for all you do. 2022 has not begun without you. You are fully live and present with us. And I'm not supposed to talk about you like you dead, right? Check out the
For
page
real.
for a Slappy Payne, a Slappy Christmas tale. Also, thank you to all of our audience members, those that chimed in, those that didn't, those that watched. We appreciate you each and every time that you support us. Let's continue to share, like, and love our page. Help us get more followers so we can continue to blow this thing up. Check out our page for the information for myself, Nakia, this weekend for the takeoff event. And come out if you can. If you're local, definitely come out and check it out. And I would love to see your face in the audience. Let me know that you heard about it on the Real and Raw Talk Show. We have some amazing guests that are coming up on January the 17th, the third Monday in this month. We have two amazing gentlemen. They are twins, the Carter brothers of Carter and Carter Consulting, who are going to talk about some business stuff and talk about their book and how they got to where they are today. They are founders of the Forbidden County Initiative, Entrepreneurs Initiative program. And I just completed their accelerator program. And they are powerful gentlemen, two African American young men that are powerful gentlemen here in Fort Bend County, Texas, that are really making a difference in the communities and making a difference for business people, and providing opportunities for pitches with banks and local entities, partnering up with getting consultants and doing a whole lot of amazing things for people who are seeking opportunities to advance themselves and create love and life and opportunities and longevity and economic security for both themselves and communities. So thank you so very much for Slappy Payne being here, the co-host for this evening, stepping in, shining his gifts as always. Don't know if we're doing an after the show after party. But if not, it's all good, because I think this was a great start to the new year. And I think we can end with this and say, thank you for being a part of the Real and Raw family with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. We look forward to you supporting us now and in the future. Come back and join us at every first and third Monday night from 8:55 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. and continue to be real and raw. No boundaries, no judgment. Peace out. Love you much.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Remember to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel today. A special thanks to our guests, sponsors, and audience members. We are grateful for your support of our programming. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor of one of our shows, please email us at info.realrawtalkshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. This has been a Wisdom Entertainment production in association with Social Integration. The views and opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Any content provided are opinions and do not intend to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Stay connected and join us for our next conversation where there are no boundaries and no judgments.